like to call the meeting to order. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Mayor Paul.
Here.
Vice Mayor Starkey.
Here.
Councilmember Whitman.
Here.
Councilmember Hatton.
Here.
Councilmember Lewis.
Here.
Mr. Lamack.
Here.
Mr. Lewis.
Here.
Mr. Holste.
Here.
Mr. Weinthal.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We remind everybody, because we got a big crowd here, please put your cell phones on silent so that we don't disturb anybody who might be speaking. The first part of the first meeting of the month is public comments. This is done to give an opportunity to the public to speak about items that might be of concern. Speakers will not be limited to the number of topics. However, discussion will not be permitted on any item that's on the agenda for public hearing. When that public hearing comes up, you can speak at that time. The speakers will be limited to 3 minutes to address the town council. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak in the public comment? Michael?
Good evening. My name is Michael Bartlett. I live on 105th Avenue, which is a short residential street running north off of Orange Drive. We're 18 houses, an old Davie neighborhood, no association, no gates, no sidewalks, no streetlights. The north end of our street runs into a development called Camelot, and there's 18 houses back there. And 20 years ago, my neighbors and myself and a large section of Davie trail riders, people who are interested in open space, came together to support the Rural Lifestyle Initiative against a cynical and manipulative attempt by the developers of Camelot to create a gated community at the end of the street. The council unanimously rejected the gate there, preserved the Rural Lifestyle Initiative, and we thought it was going to be great. We were going to have a bigger neighborhood, but the lifestyles are different. We're an old neighborhood. They're in the McMansion mode, so it's a different setup. We've always had a problem with the speed limit on the street and speeding. And now there's a gate there. And the gate was put in without any notice to us, any opportunity to speak to it. And in fact, Mr. Holste told us that there was a mistake in the permitting process, which enabled the gate. And the gate's there. I don't know what can be done about it, but you were right to support the Rural Lifestyle Initiative and connectivity between neighborhoods, because one of the effects of the gate is increased speeding. There's an increased disregard for our neighborhood. And I'm here tonight to say it's dangerous on the street, and we ask the council for any help we can get in traffic calming, whether it's lines or stop sign or speed limit or enforcement, something to preserve the street. We have new families with young kids, dogs, people walking, and it's dangerous. And the gate, which shouldn't be there, has made it more dangerous. So we're asking for your help. Thank you.
I'm sure we can do something. Chief Kinsey, I'm sure, is making note of it. Thank you.
Enforcement would be great, but I know how.
Young man in the back, you had your hand up. State your name and address.
Hi, I'm Aston Volstead. I live at 761 South Fig Tree Lane. So good evening, Davie Town Council members. My name, as I said before, is Aston Volstead. I'm a senior at South Plantation High School, and I'm currently enrolled in our Environmental Science and Everglades Restoration Magnet program. To complete the program, I must research an environmental issue and formulate a project around this problem that properly quantifies, explains, and addresses it. The issue I've selected is the green iguana as an invasive species in South Florida, specifically looking to tackle the lack of proper regulation of their numbers. After countless of hours of research, my partner, who isn't here today as he is currently speaking to the City Council of Plantation, and I have decided that the best way to address the green iguana issue in South Florida is with governmental support, specifically local government support. We believe that allocating portions of the funding outlined within Davie's municipal budget towards green iguana mitigation efforts would fill this existing gap of control over the numbers of this extremely damaging species, pushing the town in the direction towards resolving the issue completely. Similar action has been taken in other cities like Miami Beach, where they adopted iguana euthanasia into their budget a few years back and have seen drastic reductions in the animals' numbers. So drastic that complaints about the green iguana's presence have ceased completely in the last 9 months. However, after discussions with Tom Portualo from Iguana Control, one of the leading green iguana euthanasia companies in South Florida, I was enlightened on the existence of a bid that his company won back in 2020 for exterminating green iguanas in the town of Davie that he states has been heavily underutilized. While the settlement of this bid is a step in the right direction, not utilizing this new ability is counterproductive. I have lived in South Florida for almost my entire life, and I would hate to see its natural beauty be completely tarnished. So my partner and I ask you council members to please take physical and financial action with regards to this issue to represent our interests, the interests of over 130 Floridians who signed our petition, and the interests of all Davie residents. Thank you for your time and consideration.
This is something we've been working on a long time, and that report on bid being underutilized, we have sometimes other individuals that take care of it privately. But if you would leave your information, we have it with Mr. Lamack right here. We'll get back to you. But we have been very, very active on this, so we will continue to do so. Thank you for your efforts. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak? Cheryl?
Good evening, Mayor, Town Council members, administrators, and members of the public who are with us this evening. My name is Cheryl Ellett. I am the CRA Program Manager with the Town of Davie, here as the Relay for Life Chairperson, along with Leona Henry and Jeff Pullman. As part of our team's efforts, we have been raising awareness for funds for the American Cancer Society. The Relay for Life Broward Power event is an annual event that brings together individuals, families, organizations in our community to honor cancer survivors, member loved ones that have been lost, and raise funds to support vital cancer research and support services. This year, the town is partnering with the City of Cooper City and the City of Weston, who make up the Broward Power. When everyone comes together, it's a powerful demonstration of our community's commitment to fighting back against cancer and supporting those who have been affected by it. As a reminder, the Relay for Life Broward Power main event will take place next Saturday, March 16th, 2024, at Cooper City High School from 3 to 10 p.m. If you would like to join us, it's simple. Simply scan the QR code on your screen, and the link will take you to the Town of Davie Team Horses Around American Cancer Society website, where you can donate to Team Horsing Around using a credit card or PayPal. The site is easy and secure. You may also come out the day of the event to support our team, and we will have lots of chance drawing prizes, and we'll be selling meatball and pulled chicken sandwiches along with chips and drink the day of the event. So come hungry. Once again, thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing everybody next Saturday at our Cooper City, Davie, Weston, Relay for Life, Broward Power event. Thank you. And thank you for your support.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak under open comment? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting. We'll go on to presentations. This is one of our favorite events, with March being Women's History Month. And what I'd like to do before we start the presentations is pulling number 1 off of the consent agenda, which is the proclamation. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the
Second.
proclamation.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Whereas March is celebrated as Women's History Month in America, and whereas the 2024 theme is Women Who Advocate for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, the theme recognizes women throughout the country who understand that for a positive future, we need to eliminate bias and discrimination for our lives and institutions. The National Women's History Alliance honors local women from the past and present who have taken the lead to show the importance of change and to establish firmer safeguards, practices, and legislation reflecting these values. And whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our community and nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. And whereas American women have played a unique role throughout the history of the nation by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force in the United States. And whereas women have expanded their choices of education and career paths, and at the same time have faced the challenges of balancing careers, families, and community service. And whereas today's women are creating new models for the women of tomorrow, so that future generations of women will benefit from greater choices than previous generations. And whereas women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social role in every sphere of the life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Town Council of the Town of Davie do hereby proclaim the month of March 2024 as Women's History Month. We're going to have each council member present their choice for Women of the Year this year for History Month, Women's History Month. When they each have their turn, we'll have their individuals that they have chosen come to the microphone. You'll have a chance to say a few words, and you'll receive your presentations. So we're going to start with District 1. Councilmember Whitman.
Thank you, Mayor. For my 2024 Shiro Award recipient,
Who's got a phone on? Excuse me. Please turn it off. Huh?
That's the background music for the presentation.
Excuse me. Start over again. I'm sorry.
She was ready to take you out.
for my 2024 Shiro Award recipient, I have selected Mary Stone. Please come forward. She is a longtime Davie resident who has lived in the South Florida area since 1976 in what was deemed then as unincorporated Broward County. Then she officially moved to Davie in 1987. When Mary's family moved to South Florida from New York, they bought a horse farm on 100th Avenue, and her entire family lived there. When her mom sold the farm, they all bought houses on the same street in East Davie. Mary is an accomplished real estate agent who has been the recipient of several awards, including the National Leadership Team Award, Award for Closed Sales, and Top Listing Associate several years in a row. She worked for one of the largest relocation departments for 7 years as a certified relocation specialist, relocating families from all over the country. She has been participating in the Davie Craft Show since 1987. Selling items from her business, Unique Things. Mary is the mother of 2 children, her daughter Rebecca Vetter, the owner of the South Florida Cloggers, and her son Timothy Stone, who is a cardiac advisor for Boston Scientific Corporation and was a cardiovascular invasive specialist for several years at Broward Hospitals. She has 4 grandchildren, April 17, Jay 8, Emma 6, and little Jakey 1. Who are all the love of her life. She supports Davie every chance she gets. In fact, many people may not know that she was the co-director of the Miss Davie pageant in 2003 and 2004, where 67 girls competed for their Davie titles. She is also the host of the Gifted Therapy podcast, and she is a certified Reiki practitioner, energy healer with 15 years of experience working at different health centers. People would describe Mary as gifted, spiritual, and compassionate. Thank you. Would you like to say a few words?
Would you like to say a few words?
Sure, why not? Oh, okay. First of all, thank you for nominating me. I love the town of Davie. I've lived here for many, many, many years, and it's been good to me, that's for sure. Being in the relocation department, people would call me and say, well, I'm moving to South Florida. Recommend a town or a city or someplace where I can raise my family. And I always said the town of Davie. Woo! And I raised my 2 kids here. Like you said, they're very successful. Rebecca is the business owner of South Florida Cloggers. Oh, there she is. And my son was very accomplished cardiac advisor for many doctors in 2 big states. So I'm a proud mama. And my granddaughter, April, she has performed since she was 3 years old for the town of Davie. Yeah. And little JJ plays in all the sports. And my son-in-law is principal of Silver Ridge Elementary. And I'm very proud to be a Davie resident. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. I'm with the music now. The next nominee is from District 2, Councilmember Hatton.
That'd be me. I am pleased to announce that I have selected Shirley Pravat for my 2024 Shiro Award. Want to come up? Gorgeous. She has been living in Davie since 1956 and has seen Davie transformed right before her eyes. She shared with me that when her family moved to Davie, University Drive was a cow pasture at one point. How things have changed. Shirley grew up on a 200-acre farm raising milking cows, soybeans, and cotton in Baldwin, Mississippi. Shirley knows the few famous people, including the real Elvis Presley. As she tells it, he would pick up the milk cans from her family farm all the time. And she also knows of Jesse James, who she said stayed in her great-grandmother's home and had breakfast with them. Unfortunate circumstances forced Shirley's family to move to Florida. Her dad's farm equipment burned up in a fire, and they used it as their push to move to sunny Florida, Opelika to be exact. And her dad worked at Delta One Dairy, which turned into Imagination Farms later on. Shirley's husband, and he is a native Floridian, and this June she will be married 64 years. And her husband's name is Charles Chuck Pravat. She met him at one of the weekend social square dances events at Town Hall. Yes, you heard that right. Shirley was square dancing at Town Hall. Shirley was in the first ever class of MacArthur High School, and she participated in picking the mascot and the colors for the school. And later the school district changed, so she had to switch to attending the old Fort Lauderdale High School and graduated from there. When you think about community and participation, Shirley has done it all. She has been a certified since 2015. She attended the Davie Civilian Police Academy and served on the neighborhood crime watch called the Orange Blossom Crime Watch Team for the East Side community. She's a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 4, all boys. And might I add, she is a mother, a strong woman, and an accomplished in her own right. Excuse me. The next time you're looking for someone to sew Halloween costumes for you, contact Shirley, because I've heard that she's really good at making costumes for quite some time. Shirley Pavette, a retired owner and co-owner of several Davie businesses for over 30 years, is honest, is trustworthy, happy, and hardworking. And might I add, the mother to a friend of ours and a fellow council member. It is my pleasure to select you as my Woman of the Month recipient. Please feel free to say a few words.
Just a few.
And we call her Mom.
I'll try to keep it short. I want to thank you, Carol. It's an honor that you picked me out of all these people in Davie. I have a great journey to still follow and want to continue. I have a great family. And you know what? They all got their looks after their grandmother. Thank you again.
For District 3, our Vice Mayor, Susan Starkey.
Thank you. Tonight, I have the honor of our recently retired Fire Chief, Julie Downey, as my 2024 Shiro Award recipient. Julie, a Broward County native, has lived in Davie since 1985. She has over 43 years of fire service experience, with almost 20 years here locally in Davie. Her remarkable journey in the fire service began as a cadet with the Peters Road Volunteer Fire Department. Then she professionally transitioned into the role of firefighter paramedic with Sunrise Fire Rescue in 1989. Climbing the ranks, she eventually became EMS shift supervisor, and in 2004, she assumed the battalion chief of EMS role in Davie Fire Rescue, leading to her promotion as assistant chief in 2005. In 2016, she reached the pinnacle of her career as our Davie Fire Chief and the first in Broward County. As Fire Chief, Julie demonstrated exceptional management skills, earning the department's prestigious accolades such as our ISO Class 1 rating and EMS Provider of the Year. Beyond her daily responsibilities, she is actively and has actively participated in many career committees, chairing the NFPA 3000 Active Shooter Hostile Event Response, and holding critical positions in associations like the Broward Fire Chiefs Associations and Florida Fire Chiefs Associations. Julie's educational background is equally impressive, with degrees in fire science technology, emergency medical sciences, nursing, bachelor's degree in organizational leadership from the St. Thomas University. Everything okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Her multifaceted experience in leadership and educational achievements distinguish her in the fire service community. A fun fact is that growing up, Julie spent her summer years working at a potato farm at her grandfather's farm in Long Island, New York. And yes, she did. And in spite of that, look how far she's come. Now, despite all her busy schedules, she's sure to make time, a quality time, with her husband and family, and more importantly now, her grandchildren, whom she adores. She also is quite adventurous and loves to travel and loves teaching and gardening. So we know she'll have a lot of fun now that she's retired. Julie's success can be attributed to her determination, her optimism, and her easygoing nature. These tenets fueled Julie's path to success. It is a true honor for me to present her with our Shiro Award for 2024, And I welcome you once again to say a few words to us. And congratulations.
So, thank you, Mayor, Council, and especially Vice Mayor Starkey for this special recognition. I'm very honored to be here with these women that have also made their mark on our community. I've been blessed to serve in a career that has been so rewarding, and I hope that I have shown other women, and especially young girls, that you can be a firefighter and maybe even one day a fire chief. I'm proud to have served in the town for almost 20 years, and I'm one that I've called my home for over 40 years. My husband and I have raised two wonderful daughters, Megan and Nicole, and both have become successful women in their chosen fields while being beautiful and caring mothers to Luke, Emma, Blakely, and very soon our fourth granddaughter. Thank you again for this recognition, the accomplishments of myself and these other outstanding women. Thank you.
Thank you again for your service. Now on to District 4. Councilmember Marlon Lewis.
Thank you, Mayor. I am happy to select Dr. Joyce Lozier as my recipient for the 2024 Cheryl Award. She's a veterinarian who graduated in 1991 from the University of Florida. She too grew up on a farm, but did so in Ohio. Her family moved to Clearwater, Florida, but they all have been involved in landscaping. She moved to Gainesville, Florida in 1980 and worked at the University of Florida's veterinary school during undergrad and veterinary school. After graduating, she interned at the Hollywood Animal Hospital and in 1991 became an associate veterinarian there for 6 years. Working with animals has always been a calling for her. She has worked in the veterinary field since she was 16 years old. In 1995, she ventured into a different field. She became an acupuncturist and began doing physical therapy and rehab. She has been involved with police canines her entire career. After a close friend was killed in the line of duty, she left Hollywood to begin a house call practice and to focus on starting her own hospital, which came to fruition in 2002. If you are looking for a great vet, make an appointment at her veterinary hospital where they specialize in physical therapy, general medicine, and surgery. She has been great with my animals, and I appreciate the care that she gives them. You may not realize this, but she grows food, and for those who love coffee, she has 100 coffee trees and enjoys spending time with her chickens. Her family is her rock and foundation, and she absolutely loves her practice and her staff. Joyce is tenacious, driven, and kind, and I'm proud to have Dr. Joy as my recipient for this month's recognition. The floor is yours, Joyce. I want to say something before, though. I want to add a few things here. I hope that the mayor and some of the others will stop by and see the facility that she has done. Dr. Lozier's a veterinarian, but she has two green thumbs. It's incredible that I love just going to the place there. It's just a beautiful facility there, and I've seen it since she first moved in there and the changes she's done there. It's an incredibly wonderful place. And I know I don't want to keep talking, but I could go on and on about how wonderful you are, Dr. Lozier. It's been my honor to nominate you for this.
Well, Marlon kind of blindsided me when he came in and asked me about getting this award, because I really am actually horribly shy inside. But it's such an honor because I came to Davie in 2002, started my practice. It used to be Potluck Nursery, and over the years we've turned it into an oasis, and my clients feel it also. And we do agility in the back. We have also a nursery, a plant nursery, fresh start growers that we grow. We actually specialize in ground orchids. And it's my solace. So when I'm not with my family and working on my patients, I turn into a hobbit after dark. I like to get dirty. And more than anything else, I want to thank you guys, because I have been in front of your town several times over the years with my different building projects, and you guys have always been incredibly supportive for what I've done. So thank you. And more than anything else, I want to say thanks to my sister, because she's been my rock this whole time. Thank you.
And now it's the mayor's turn. I have 2 sheroes this year, and I've chosen 2 women who are a team, and they are committed to Davie in so many different ways in preserving the rodeo lifestyle and competition. And my personal experience with them and with their organization has been phenomenal. Vicki Mize and Leanne Sullivan personify the spirit of Davie. Would you both come forward? You're going to be here for a while. As I said, Vicki and Leanne personify the spirit of Davie. Hardworking, determined, and passionate about the cowboy culture. It seems I've known them forever, from Davie for Horses shows and the spirited summer belt buckle series for the children through the Davie Rodeo Association. They are a great team and proof that Davie has been and always will be Cowboy Town. Their drive has seen kids through junior high, high school, and college rodeo competitions where they got their start in the Davie arena under their programs. Having horses is a commitment to hard work and long hours, and has kept these kids so busy that they've never had time to get in trouble or do wrong. They have grown with the cowboy culture, showing respect to their elders and to the flag of the United States. They are true lovers of the cowboy culture, and we appreciate that. I'm going to start with Vicki. I selected Vicki because we have a lot of things in common. Teaching and rodeo are just a couple of the commonalities we share. Born in Hollywood, Vicki attended the Driftwood Elementary School. She moved to Davie in 1962 and attended Old Davie School from 2nd to 4th grade. From there, she attended Nova Middle, then graduated from Nova High School. She then went on to work for the school board at Davie Elementary for 34 years. She taught children with special needs and challenged children. Vicki's ties to Davie run deep. Many of you may remember her father, Jack Mize, who became a Davie resident in 1941. In case you didn't know, her parents met in 1954 at the Davie Women's Club. Much like her parents, she met her husband Alan here in Davie at the Davie Rodeo in 1962. They have 2 sons, Jason and Shorty. She is a proud and involved member of the Davie Rodeo family. What brings her the most joy? She loves spending time with friends and family, loves country music concerts and festivals, and loves going to rodeos with her husband and sons. She and her family will always be proud to live in Davie and be a part of this cowboy town they call home. Vicki, whom many describe as friendly, kind, caring, thoughtful, and a mom to all, it is my honor to recognize you today. And when I say mom to all, that's all the kids that have gone through the Rodeo Association rodeos for the last 30 or 40 years. They all call her mom. Uh-oh.
I'm not going to say too many things. I I just want to clarify, my husband and I met in 1982, not 62.
Uh-oh.
My husband brought him here to Florida.
Yes, and that's how we met.
We introduced. Yes. We
Well,
take
how
some
could they
credit.
get that wrong? I'm sorry.
So, no, that's fine. But myself, I've been at the DRA, the Davie Rodeo Arena, for 40 years doing this. And I have to tell you, it's very rewarding, and Davie is our home. Thank you.
Leanne also, she's a neighbor. She lives out west, what would call around the corner. And I always enjoy going past her place. She's got cattle and big barn in the back, and again, represents the cowboy culture. Leanne Sullivan, a nurse's assistant at American Heritage School for 16 years. I've known Leanne, as I said before, several years, and there are many words one can use to describe her, but the people closest to her, I think, capture the type of person she is. Her grandson, the 7-year-old that is right here, said he would describe her as fun. And she likes that. Her daughter said passionate, because she is passionate about her family, the rodeo, and the arena. Loyal, because she has been a part of Davie Jackpot Rodeo for 41 years. Caring, since she works in a clinic and always cares for everyone in her family. But when you ask her, she describes herself as blessed, and I couldn't agree more. On a personal note, Leanne shares her life with her husband, Steve. They have been happily married for 41 years, so you and the involvement in the rodeo started around the same time. And live in Davie. They have a daughter, Stephanie, a successful speech pathologist who graduated from Nova Southeastern University. Leanne is also a proud grandmother to two marvelous little cowboys, Case and Steele. Her family is her pride and joy. Her whole family rodeos or has rodeoed in some capacity. She is extremely thankful to the town for providing several opportunities for the youths of Davie to have a place for rodeo events and to practice each week at our beautiful arena. Leanne's dedication to the Davie Rodeo circuit is genuinely remarkable. For 41 years, she has served as rodeo secretary at the Davie for Horses and the Davie Rodeo Association. She also spent 4 years as the rodeo secretary of the Florida Junior Rodeo Association and the Florida High School Rodeo Association. Her long-term commitment speaks volumes about her loyalty and her passion. When asked about her interests and hobbies, they include, of course, going to the rodeo. That's not a surprise. And she also likes to take a load off and go to Disney World with her family. Leanne Sullivan, you genuinely embody and represent someone who is full of fun, passionate, loyal, and caring, and you are indeed blessed. It is my honor to recognize you tonight for the Shiro Award.
Well, I had a big surprise because my daughter Stephanie and husband Antonio is here with the two grandchildren they drove all the way down from Okeechobee, Florida, just for this.
Ah.
And he'll drive back tonight to go back to school and work tomorrow. But I'm truly blessed with my whole family, and this is what it's all about, right here. To see him in this arena, and Susan and Judy, you know where we've come from and how we've come along to get the road to get to where we are today. And so that's what it's all about, is the kids. And the little one is rodeoing back there too now. He's doing the little ribbon pull at the goats, and Judy comes and sees them. And do you want to tell them what your events are? No? He's doing the goat tying and the barrels and the poles, and so he's doing an amazing job too. But I can't thank all of you and Judy for all your support. And it's Jeff and Simone here. Jeff?
No.
for always taking my phone calls. And sometimes they can be a little frantic. I'm not going to lie, but they're great, and I'm just so happy to have been able to be a part of all this. And yeah, we have a little something that we made.
Oh, my
for
goodness.
Each of you. It's just some little. Can you go help?
I'll tell you what, you take these and then I'll bring that. How's that?
Okay.
I'll trade you.
No, take 3 of them. So we just made you some cowboy cookies.
Well, let's give them a hand of.
Thank you. Thank you. She just
Okay, this is for some of the staff members that work the rodeo,
Right.
and Leona.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much. And you know how important it is, and I love looking in the back and seeing all the cowboy hats. That's what we're all about. And no matter how much we grow and how much we develop, we will never, ever relinquish Davie as Cowboy Town. The arena is under a 100-year preservation historic landmark, and it cannot be touched. So that is part of our legacy to our cowboys.
Thank you. We thank you so much for that.
Now you can expect to see all the pictures all over Facebook because we're all going to post them, and they'll become very, very famous individuals. That's sweet.
Do we want to take a quick pic for Mary and her kids?
Okay, we're going to go on with our agenda. You all that are here for the Shiro Awards, if you are more than welcome to stay and listen to the meeting, but if you would like to depart at this time, you may do so. We're going to start off with the approval of the consent agenda. Guess what, folks? I'm not pulling anything. Does anybody else want to pull something? No? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. Now we'll go into, I'm sorry.
Tabling?
I forgot to table something from the consent agenda. Do I have to go back and vote on it all over again? I thought that
Yes.
was all public
Yes, Mayor, I
hearing.
would.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's item number 17.
Okay.
Item number 17.
We're going to have to vote on the consent agenda again. Because number 17, the site plan for Our Lady of Victory,
So do you
is
wanna-
being tabled,
Without
and I
17?
approved it, so we definitely
Okay.
want to
a motion
rescind.
to reconsider.
Yes, thank you.
The consent agenda.
Thank you.
Without 17?
No, motion to reconsider the
Reconsider.
entire consent agenda.
And I second it.
Oh, got
All
it.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you, guys. The applicant is requesting the following item to be tabled to January 25th, 2025. That's the site plan for Our Lady of Victory.
So there's a motion, I think you need, right? for
Yeah,
all of them?
did
You want me
you
to
make
make
the
that?
motion? Yeah.
Okay. A motion to table items 17, 23, 25, 26.
we're
No,
gonna-
just
Not all of
17,
them?
no.
For the
Just
Our
public,
Lady?
just the consent
We're
agenda.
just going to do consent.
Just
So number
17.
17.
Okay, item 17. Motion to
Table item 17.
January 15th, 2025.
Okay, thank you.
Second it.
That's seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. Boy, I'm glad I caught that.
So it's going to be one motion per item because they're
Yes,
public
I know
hearing
that. Yeah, we asked that before. Now we have to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Phew. Now, the public hearing that are being tabled or withdrawn. These we have to take individually because they're public hearings. The first one is 23, the rezoning for Lady of Victory, to January 15th. May I have a motion?
Motion to table item number 23, rezoning, to January 15th, 2025.
Second.
And there's a second. Can we voice vote, or does it have to be
I would do roll call. It's a public hearing.
roll call, please?
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Number 25, special permit to be tabled to January 15th.
Motion to table item number 25 to January 15th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Number 27 is variance to table to January 15th, 2025, also for Lady of Victory.
Motion to table number 26 or 27,
Oh.
because I think 26 is the one we're on, right?
27.
27 in the old agenda, okay.
I did
27?
26 already, didn't I?
26. We didn't
Oh,
we
I
have to
thought
do-
we're on 26 now.
Oh,
We
okay.
have to do
26.
both.
Variance.
The variance, yeah, I'm sorry, because I saw two variances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The variance,
I heard
26.
Variance number 26 until January 15th, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, no, we got to do
Mayor, roll
roll
call.
call. I'm sorry.
Councilmember Lewis? Yes. Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, now 27, variance to be tabled to January 15th.
Okay, motion to table item number 27, variance for Our Lady of Victory till January 15th, 2025.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 28, variance to table to January 15th, 2025.
Motion to table item number 28 to January 15th, 2025. Variance.
You
Second.
Okay. Roll call?
Councilmember Lewis? Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. In my eagerness to,
I know, right? Exactly.
oh, God. All right, now we're continuing on with the public hearing. Do number 20, which is the pension amendment. It's a first reading. The second reading will be held on March 20th. Mr. Weinthal, will you read the ordinance by title, please?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the Town of Davie, Florida, amending the Town of Davie firefighter pension plan to implement the 2023 firefighter collective bargaining agreement, amending Section 14 of the firefighter pension plan governing the maximum period of deferred retirement option program, also known as DROP, eligibility, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for severability, providing for a repealer, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you very much. This is public hearing. Any member of the public wishes to speak for or against this, may you come up at this time. Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Is there anyone on the dais that has any questions? Okay, the public hearing is closed. May I have a motion to approve number 20, pension amendment?
Motion to approve 20, pension amendment.
Second.
And there's a second. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Next is Code Amendment number 21. Mr. Weinthal, would you read the ordinance by title?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the Town of Davie, Florida, amending Chapter 24, Article 3, Division 2, Section 78, titled Fines and Assessments, providing for severability, providing for conflict, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This public hearing will be held on March 20th. But at this time, if there's any member of the public who wishes to speak, if can come forward at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any questions or discussion from council? No. Could I have a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
21.
21, code amendment.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 22, vacation. This is second and final reading. Mr. Weinthal, would you read the ordinance by title, please?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the Town of Davie, Florida, vacating the public right-of-way dedicated through the recorded Live Oak Estates plat, providing for conflict, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
This is a public hearing. Anyone who wishes to speak for or against this can come forward at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Is there any discussion by council? No. Okay, may I have a motion to approve? Number 22? Hello?
Motion to approve 22, vacation.
Second.
And then there's a second, thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, so 23 has been tabled. 24 is a rezoning. Mr. Weinthal, will you read the ordinance by title?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance to the Town of Davie, Florida, approving rezoning application ZB 22-237 Celeste Reserve, changing the zoning designation of certain lands within the Town of Davie from Griffin Corridor Commerce District to Transit-Oriented Corridor South District, amending the town zoning map to comply therewith, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This is a public hearing on the ordinance. Will be held on March 20th. If any member of the public wishes to speak at this point, you may come forward at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any questions or discussion by council? No? Okay. Could I have a motion to approve the rezoning? Don't all rush at once.
Motion to approve rezoning of Solace Reserve, item number 24.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Hatton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 25 is tabled. 26 is tabled. 27 is tabled. 28 is tabled. So we're now up to 29. Keep me honest, right?
Yes, Mayor. 29.
Okay, this is variance. Mr. Weinthal, would you read the resolution by title?
Ordinance by, resolution by title. A resolution of the Town of Davie, Florida, taking final action on variance application V23-146, Ben Hamda, providing for severability, providing for conflict, and providing for an effective date. And the applicant is here.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak may come forward at this time. Does the applicant wish to speak? What? Oh, yeah, if anybody has any questions, okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Okay, come on up. State your name.
My name is Yusuf Palmera.
What? What was that?
Yusuf Palmera.
Okay.
That was
First time I'm doing this.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that, this council doesn't like a lot of the after-the-facts permits. Was there any reason why you didn't file for the permit process to begin with? And well, that's question one. And question two, has your architectural review committee approved this or looked at this previously at all?
For the permit, I didn't know that the screen enclosure required a permit. So, the association told me you have to have permits, for screen enclosure.
Did the architectural review committee approve it? I think it's more on the setback than it is the screened enclosure itself. It's actually a setback issue, not an approval of, it was a setback issue to begin with, right?
Yes.
You want to have Mr.
David,
Quigley help you?
do you mind?
Yes, there is a setback issue. It's more than just not getting permits. It doesn't meet the setbacks that were required for the community.
And the setback was, and what did they actually do, for the record?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. What is your question?
It's in the backup, so.
Yeah.
I just wanted it reiterated what the difference was in what was.
I'll read it to the record, Mayor.
Okay.
The proposed variance would allow a 10-foot by 37.8-foot screen enclosure to be located 1.7 feet from the east side property line and 2 feet from the rear south side property line. The town code normally requires a minimum side yard of 12 feet and a minimum rear yard of 5 feet.
10 feet, not 12.
I'm sorry. The town code normally requires a minimum side yard of 10 feet and a minimum rear yard of 5 feet.
Thank you. I think you could take something down to 1.7 from a neighbor and 2 feet on one side and 1.7 on the other side. That's rough.
I know. And this has been like starting to happen in this particular neighborhood. I mean, throughout Forest Ridge community, that has me concerned because they're coming in for after the facts variances, not variances, well, it is a variance too, but an after the fact permit, and then they're coming in for variances after this. And it just seems to be troubling. And I think somehow we need to stop it somehow, and I don't know how to do this. I mean, it's pretty much after the fact that it's been constructed already, and maybe there's some way of communicating with the HOAs or the Architectural Review Committee over there that, you know, the town is not going to support these things going forward, and there may be remedies. I just don't know what to do. I mean, you had the one neighbor who didn't object, but then it didn't really go into any of the other, whether the HOA or the Architectural Review Committee had approved or disapproved of it to begin with. So that's kind of frustrating for me as well, because I don't like to see these things happening.
Right.
Mayor,
Yes.
it's Rick. Just to clarify, so the variance doesn't preclude, they still need building permits.
Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure for
Yeah.
the record that they still have to qualify for the building permits. If it's not meeting the building permits, then it has to be rectified or taken down.
Well, the point is that these have been, I guess, sneaking through some of the problems of, and if we issue a variance, then it's going to go to the building department. If we approve the variance, then it goes to the building department. And one way or another, he ends up, it's already there anyway as an after the fact.
We don't know.
How do we fix this?
We don't know that.
You don't know what?
You give them the variance subject to it being permitted appropriately constructed under the Florida Building Code through our department. We don't know that yet.
So what remedy would
But
there
if
be?
it goes to building,
It's already there, right?
and it's already there with these figures, and then we've approved it, you know, it's, yes.
If I could chime in, Mayor, if the variance gets approved, he applies to building. If building denies, it has to be taken down. If building approves, it stays, and it has to meet the Florida Building Code.
You know, I've said this before, and it's, everybody always argues with me. Oh, they spent a lot of money, and they did this, and they did that. And I've always said, you know, if we don't crack down and do this and make them take it down when they do it wrong and redo it, then it's going to keep happening. And it's just out of hand, I think. And it's unfortunate, and everybody feels, you know, oh, it's, you know, the neighbors don't mind, so it's okay. But like you said, if it didn't go through the architectural design of the HOA, I mean, that's the beginning. Mr. Mulak.
Yeah, Mayor, I'll let Alan opine on that, but remember, we're precluded from
not issuing anything because of the HOA. As
Well,
a government.
did the HOA approve it?
We only require them notice.
What Rick's trying to say is it's irrelevant. You know, we are the town of Davie, we're our own entity. What the HOA does is irrelevant to the case at hand, and generally, most cases at hand, the HOA could approve something, we could deny it. HOA could deny something, and we could approve it. You know, we're two separate entities, and you know, before you is the variance. If you vote no, it has to be made to be within the town code, so a portion of it will have to be taken down, if not all of it. If you vote yes, it goes to the building department. Building department will go inspect it. If it passes inspection, it stays. If it doesn't pass inspection, it has to be made to meet the code, which could potentially mean tearing down. I defer to the building inspectors for that.
Thank you. Your district, do you want to take the lead?
Only because I have started to see a pattern in Forest Ridge, and I'm not happy with the pattern I'm seeing. And unfortunately, you should have gone forward with the permit to begin with, and you wouldn't be going through this hardship. And I'm troubled with this because I know what's going on over there. I'm very involved in the community. I live there. And for me, it's constantly seeing little things being chipped away at what was originally designed to be there for a reason. And the setbacks were there for a reason. And I'm seeing more and more that there's a problem with it. So, you know, until Forest Ridge also resolves it, I still think we need to abide by our code and what it was designed to have. And I'm not comfortable doing this. I'm not. And so probably here and going forward, if it shows that there's a big significant, and this is a small lot to begin with, a nice size, it's a beautiful home, don't get me wrong, and a beautiful area. But I just see that there's not much area, and you'd be right on top of your neighbor. And yes, the neighbor who probably, you know, liked it now, but, you know, people move, and you don't know what's coming next. So it really makes me, it's difficult, believe me. It's an after the fact again, and it's again a variance. So I just can't be supporting it this evening.
Would you like to make a motion?
I wouldn't like to, but I guess I have to because I'm going to make a motion to deny.
I'll second it.
Just to reiterate, so we have a motion to deny in a second. So a yes vote is to deny the variance.
Thank you. Can we have a roll call?
Councilmember Hatton? Councilmember Whitman?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Starkey?
Yes.
Mayor Paul?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And like I'm sorry to do this to you as my neighbor, but you know it's something that I think we should be following pretty
And it would
straightforward.
be nice to be consistent throughout the
But,
town.
there is no
when
neighbors
these
behind
things
me.
come up.
There's a park behind me. So
Yes.
yeah.
No, I understand. I do understand. Believe me, I saw it. I've been there. I got all that in the backup.
If you want to have a discussion with him, you
Can I
can
have
do
a
so after.
question? Can I ask a question of
Yeah.
the staff? Does he, Alan, Mr. Weinfall?
We don't know yet.
Does he have any recourse? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Does he have any recourse to his HOA? And them?
It wouldn't be the HOA. I cannot give private legal advice,
I'm
but
sorry.
you should take a look at the contract with the individual that constructed this and see who was in charge of pulling the permit.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
I spoke to somebody in HOA, if you know Jeff.
This
he
is
said
out of
if-
order now. If you want to have a discussion,
Yeah.
you can either speak to the attorney, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Or you later.
Yeah, I'm available always too.
Like I said before, it would be nice to be consistent now with this throughout the town. When you have an after-the-fact permit or a variance that is built on no permits, that we've got to be consistent and stop it, because that's the only way it's gonna stop. Because the word will get around. Because the word has gotten around, just do whatever you want, they'll approve it after the fact.
That's what I'm afraid of.
So that's what we've got to stop, and it's in our hands to do that. So I'm glad that we moved on this. Okey doke. That closes the public hearing portion of the meeting. No, I don't think we have any committee or board appointments. We need to make an appointment to the Solid Waste Disposal and Recyclable Materials Processing Authority of Broward County. And are we just going to repeat what we did because it was changed, all right? And I believe it was
Mayor,
Mr.
This is a staff appointment that would be.
Oh, it's a
Assistant
staff
Town-
appointment.
Yeah, it would be Assistant Town Administrator Philip Holste, who's currently in that
Oh,
board.
okay. It didn't say
No,
staff
we
on
didn't
there,
specify.
so-
I was gonna mention it.
Oh, okay, because I thought that we had already selected them, and maybe something had happened and we had to redo it. Okay. So then I'm going to recommend that we appoint Mr. Holsey. Thank you.
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
You're
Okay.
stuck with the trash.
I'm not going to say anything. Item 32 is the Planning and Zoning Board terms. What I would like to do is table it to the next meeting. They're looking at making a few changes, and I need a little bit more time on it, if you don't mind. So could I have a motion to table?
Motion to table.
To March 20th, is it?
21st.
I'll
Second.
Okay, and it's been seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. March 14th. God, where's the year go? Vision and goal setting session, 9 a.m. Couldn't make it 10? It's 9 o'clock, okay. And then our next council meeting is March 3rd. And then following the CRA meeting on Carol's birthday, we'll have a council meeting. Right. Michelle, would you like to start with the comments?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. This Saturday, March 9th, we have our final gardening workshop at Robbins Lodge. For those who want to sharpen their green thumb skills, this Saturday's event is perfect for you. Don't forget, this weekend, we spring forward 1 hour. It's going to be hard losing that 1 hour, but we will get through it. And I couldn't go without wishing the March babies a happy birthday. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Vice Mayor?
Oh, it figures, I'm not even in my folder yet.
Okay, let me go to Marlin.
Yeah, thank you.
Councilmember Lewis?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have a whole lot to say, except that it's interesting living here in the town of Davie. I've lived in a place where I have a pond and have fish in it. I feed the fish every day, and now I have a new neighbor that's moved in, and he must have a lot better eyes than I do, because in the last month he's killed, now I think it's 7 moccasins. 7 water moccasins, and I've lived there 7 years and never saw one. But he'll kill them and then bring them over and show me. So they're there. So it's interesting. You want to, I love the lifestyle, but the moccasins have to go. So, I don't want my horse getting bit or my dog or anything like that, or, God forbid, grandkids. But I love this lifestyle, but the moccasins got to go. I can put up with
We'll
the
put that
coyotes
in with the
and
green
everything
iguanas. How's that?
And the iguanas, I don't like
We'll let them
either.
kill the green iguanas, and then we'll get them both.
I'm telling you. But the iguanas I'm not afraid of. The moccasins
Yeah,
have me a little nervous, but interesting. But that's about all I have to
Okay,
share.
thank you.
Mayor.
Susan?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, a couple of exciting things are happening around Davie. There's the bike rodeo, the Vista View Park is coming up, and we have Water Matters Day on Saturday. Both of those events are usually well attended. Also coming up in the 23rd, so you got to plan ahead, will be the Boys and Girls Club's Ranch Roam. That's a big event out at the Bergeron Rodeo, ranch out in US 27, and it's one of the biggest fundraisers, and the mayor thanked her very much for always supporting that as well. Also, the Florida League of Cities will be holding our legislative wrap-up session at the Board of Directors meeting tomorrow. So, as you know, it's the last week of final session for the state. And Leona, you've been my right, left hand and my sanity most of the time, trying to follow up with most of the legislation. Every time I go flying in or on the phone, I mean, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. Between vacation rentals, the bill, and the homestead exemption bill with the capital, with the CPI, all the amendments that are going on. And I want to thank Senator Pizzo for also putting an amendment to that bill, but it's been really crazy and fast this past week. And I don't know, I just seem to have gone down the rabbit hole all the time watching this, and it's been crazy. The Broward League of Cities, is going to also have its gala dinner in May, and we'll be swearing in our new presidents and bidding farewell to our past president as he retires that position and look for our new board. I encourage all of our council members to attend if they can. It's a great event. It's one of the big fundraisers as well for the Florida League of Cities to help us, Broward League of Cities to help us doing all the good work that we've been able to do and achieve and follow up on many of the good things that we've worked on over the years. Speaking of which, we also provide scholarships for government study recipients that'll be going forward, and our youth leadership scholarship opportunity that's opened up. So if you're interested in that, contact me and I'll help get the information out to any students that are interested in attending or getting information on youth scholarships pertaining to government. And thank you very much. I wish my Bella, my granddaughter, is having her 10th birthday this month, and boy, has time flown with that one. And you remember those good old days. So thank you all very much, and it's a pleasure serving you.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have too much. First of all, I'd like to welcome Chief Gonzalez to your first official council meeting. You're going to be great. I was very impressed, and I want to thank everybody who put that ceremony together. It was just absolutely beautiful, very moving last week. Secondly, Jeff is enough. Jeff's not here. Chad?
He had to leave.
Well, I'll just give it to you. Take these accolades back to the Parks and Rec. The Act Theater has done it again. An excellent production they put on. It's going to be on again this weekend. They did a great job. It was a two-man play, which was phenomenal. And Mayor was there. I think she can back me up saying it was quite a good job. So continue that, please, and be sure that goes on. And I was really, really, really impressed. And as I am with most of the stuff that the Parks and Rec does. So I want to thank you for that. And I do want to say something real quick. Chief, I got a phone call the other day. It was from a police department, and I'm just going to kind of toot my own horn here. And it was from another police department that wanted me to donate to money for therapy or insurance for, I don't know, whatever. I said, I take care of the police department in my own town. So then I called our police department, and they followed up on it, and it was a hoax. There's no such group doing it. The group they're not doing it. So if you get any phone calls like that, I know it's been going around, just hang up. Don't even, unless you want to follow through yourself, you can hang up. You can call our police department. They'll tell you if there's any group that's really doing it, and you can put your money where it's very well deserved, not to somebody that's trying to scam you. So thank you very much, Mayor, and everybody have a good one.
Okay, thank you. I might also mention that Councilmember Whitman and her mother were also at the ACT play, and so was Mr. Oreen. We were all there. It was quite a crowd, and it was good. It was a very poignant story and left a lot of lessons to be learned in this day and age. It was an excellent play.
Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know my friend Susan that was with us?
Yeah.
She was actually crying, and
I was too, because we related.
It was her mother's story.
Right,
we
related.
Actually her mother's story, so that's why I say it was just so moving. Thank you.
I said to Susan afterwards,
Did you talk about it?
Yes,
Yeah.
we both cried because we both felt the same way in relationship to our family. So, and I think other people in the audience did too. Anyway, it took a minute of my time.
I'm sorry. You have another minute. You have two.
All right, let me just mention, Lauren Book Senator Book is retiring after this session, and I've asked Mr. Lemack and Ms. Henry to prepare something for a future council meeting where we can have her here and honor her. I went yesterday to the 211 Nonprofit Awards Gala, and it was like old home week. Let me give you some of the winners. Area Agency on the Aging, on which I'm on the board. David Posnack, JCC, right here in Davie. Showering Love, which we supported when they first started. Women in Distress, and the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida, which I'm also on the board of directors. So it was really fun to go around and talk to all the people that I knew and congratulate them. And it was a really nice program because these are organizations that are run mostly by volunteers. And the Showering Love got the Rising Star because this is looking for an organization that's very small and run by a few people and has done so much, which they have done. It was very good. Let me continue with the Boys and Girls Club, as Susan mentioned. On March 23rd, the Boys and Girls Club is going to award the town the Pinnacle Award, which is the highest award that the Boys and Girls Club can give to an individual or a community or an organization for what they have done for the Boys and Girls Club. And it was really wonderful to know that they were recognizing all the work that we've done with 2 Boys and Girls Clubs, always supporting them financially through CBDG funding and so forth. So we're given a table, and we'll be there if you let me know if you're going to come. I think I've already spoken to a few. And we'll be there in full force to accept the award. I love getting awards. It's nice. I've been getting a lot of letters from residents, some that don't give addresses or phone numbers or anything like that. But the ones that are written by residents, I do respond to, continuing to ask us to support Israel and bring the hostages home. And I do indicate to them that we are in that mode, but also indicating that we are all supportive of aid to those in Gaza that have been devastated by the bombings and so forth. So I mentioned before the Gay Men's Chorus. Their chorus, Hooray for Hollywood, is on Friday, March 22nd. That's going to be a busy weekend for me. But I will be conducting one of the numbers. And they have sold out. They're practically sold out. They have a few tickets left in the last row. But I went ahead and bought some tickets. So if anybody would like to go and buy one for me, I'd be happy to share that with you. Also want to mention that the Mayor's Scholarship deadline is in April, and we are going to be, again, looking for 2 worthy seniors to receive $500 each. So if you know anybody that is looking for a little extra money, let them know about it. April 6th, ta-da, our jazz concert. No, I'm not finished. And I've asked Chad to give us an update. We've contracted everybody. I think they started today with working on the advertisement and the ticket sales. So go to it, Chad.
Good evening. Chad Pezel, Assistant Director of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts. As you mentioned, we're excited to announce the Town of Davie Jazz Festival, which will take place on Saturday, April 6th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Bergeron Rodeo Grounds. The Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts Department, alongside Zita Steglitz-Ross and the Davie Jazz Society, have a great lineup of local, national, and international artists who will take the stage to celebrate the kickoff of International Jazz Appreciation Month. The official lineup with performance times will be announced over the next few weeks, but acts include Gary Palmer, Ebony Paris, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida, as you mentioned, Steve Higgins and the Caribbean Choral, the Jesse Jones Junior Quartet, and our headliner, Grammy-nominated artist Nathan Mitchell. So tickets start at $25 and are available online now at davie-fl.gov, and we look forward to seeing everybody here tonight.
And that's
at the
a
festival.
pre-sale,
Correct.
reduced rate? It will
Yes,
go up?
it's $25 currently, and it will go up to $35, and then there's a $55 VIP, which includes 2 beverages, light appetizers, and free parking. And also there'll be $5 parking at the day of the event.
Thank you. And we're planning to set it up a lot differently than the last one. It's going to be set up, the VIP section is going to be nightclub style with tables and chairs. So everybody will, have really nice seating. And I'm really excited about it. It's a good lineup. And our headliner, I heard him locally when we did a pop-up over at Zona Village, and he went on after that to win a Grammy and become nationally famous. So
Yeah, we're very excited for him to be a part of it.
It should be very, very good. And of course, my saxophone players. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Lemack?
Mayor, I have nothing this evening. Thank you.
Aw. Mr.
Mayor,
Weinthal?
I'm good.
Wow. If there are no objections, let's go home.